speed things up here for you. Bring you some more magic as Walker's going to kick things off by sacrificing Misty Rainforest, Tropical Island, the weapon of choice. Mapson, like a few other people here this weekend, playing Selesnya Adepts as opposed to the Golgari version that we see so often, like we just saw from Ross Merriam. The white does give you access to a couple different cards, maybe most notably Giver of Runes to protect your 2020 or push it through combat.
Yep. Giver of Runes has replaced Mother of Runes in these lists. Protection from Colorless comes up with Caracas, and 2 toughness a magic number for playing around Renin 6.
You know, I never thought I'd see it, but the fact that Mother of Runes is like kind of weirdly been pushed out of the format because of the 1 toughness. I mean, it makes sense, but just to see it leave is a little surprising as here comes Insectile Aberration.
Yeah, that always seems sort of, you know, this evergreen feature of the white creature decks, and now it's a little bit more complicated.
That was, one could argue, with between Swords of Plowshares and Mother of Runes, that's where you started.
Yep.
And then you kind of figured out the rest. No longer. There's Tarmogoyf. And now, for Mapson, he's thinking about activating that Elvish Reclaimer, and he will sacrifice a forest. Go get himself a Thespian stage. Well, if he draws Dark Depths, he can just make a 2020 right away. Okay, well, see ya. Super cool.
Shields are down. You know, gotta do it while the Wasteland's not available.
Noah better have Vapor Snag.
Well, we're all done.
Yeah, that's cool.
All right, cool.
Super cool. Michael Mapson wins game 1 right away. I like the finality of Dark Depths. That's how it should work. That card, you know, obviously meant to be ticked down with those ice counter activations, but sometimes it's like, you know what? I made my 2020. You shouldn't get to win.
No.
This game ends now.
It's good that it's good enough sometimes.
Yeah. This game's over. You're done. And that's totally fine with me.
Totally fine.
I like that. Let's take a look at some sideboards here. Let me get up Noah Walker's deck list. We've seen Noah play a couple times today, of course. Noah, one of our very best legacy players here on the SCG Tour. Dominated for so long with Grixis Delver, but honestly, he can do it with just about any strategy. And the speed at which he plays his decks are quite impressive, I must say.
Definitely. It's been around the block a few times. Plays very fast.
For someone who's in his early 20s, you'd think it'd be a little bit more difficult for him. So, for Walker, he's gotten a Braid, an Ancient Grudge, Crop Rotation Dismember, Force Negation Hydroblast, Magmatic Sinkhole Pyroblast, Red Elemental Blast. None of these cards really interest me that much. Submerge seems... Would it have to control in a forest?
Yeah.
Okay, that could work.
No guarantee, though.
Yeah, 2 Surgicals, not so much. Vapor Snag, absolutely. Jace the Mind Sculptor, probably. And that Caracas, certainly. So that means the Crop Rotation will probably join it.
Right. Crop Rotation plus Caracas is, and you know, the ability to get Wasteland in some spots, too. I think that's enough to justify that. Vapor Snag will be really good here as well. Submerge, it's a little risky for my taste. There's no guarantee that the active... putting Merit Lage onto the battlefield involves a forest from Mapson's side, but Noah Walker could potentially bring it in.
You think you're supposed to keep Renin 6 in?
I don't know. This deck doesn't seem that vulnerable to Wasteland lock. Probably. I'm guessing there are worse cards in the deck.
Well, I think like True Name is probably too slow.
Yep.
The Dreadhard Arcanist.
I don't know. Mapson's not very good at killing creatures. I'm interested in the Arcanist.
That's a good point. Renin 6 seems like something you should probably shave on. Yeah. A little bit. I think there'll be spots where it's good, but I don't think you want all 4 in your deck after sideboard. That's where I'm leaning here.
4 is a lot more than where most people are at here. We've seen a lot of... most of the lists I've seen this weekend have been playing 3 copies.
Oh, no, I ain't messing around. Ooh. Oh, okay. Whew. I was a little surprised, a little weirded out there where we saw Delver of Secrets run into the 1/2 Giver of Runes, but then post-combat Noah plays Renin 6 minus takes care of the Giver of Runes. And Giver of Runes is, to its credit, a card that is worth killing because once it's doing its thing, it's problematic. So here is a Brainstorm from Noah Walker.
Can Walker find the dream here would be a mixture of a Wasteland and a removal spell for the Ooze.
A little crack of Misty.
That's not, at least it's something.
Plus the Wrenn and 6, get back the Misty. Now here's a Ponder. Keep, dismember, and rocking and rolling. You said he needed to kill that creature, he did. Now the Reliquary could come down, and that's another test there for Walker. I'm not sure if Mapson has that or not. And the way he's sequencing his turn, it doesn't look like he does. So he's going to play a Giver of Runes. That's a Bajuka Bog to ice the graveyard, and we'll head back over to Walker. That's a Wasteland.
And we're all done.
And pump up the jam.
And we're all done.
He's going to start with a Preordain. Doesn't want to get too far ahead of himself before using that Wrenn and 6, it looks like. And back.
Worth noting here that if Walker used the Wasteland prior to preordaining on the Savannah, that to me suggests that there are no copies of Submerge in his deck.
Okay, that makes some sense to me. There's the Wasteland again. Take care of the Bajuka Bog. Get it back. Bolt your Giver of Runes. I think I'm starting to agree with you, partner. I think we're probably all done. Here's a Brainstorm. Walker's really getting his thing going now. It's already pretty smooth to watch him play. It's even nicer at a little bit of faster speed. There's Tarmogoyf with Wasteland at the ready. Mapson will draw. He'll pass. I think he's going to Wasteland the Verdant Catacombs. Mapson will sacrifice that. There's a basic forest. Okay. Goyf's going to come in. Now it's, of course, a question of if Noah Walker wants to fire off Wasteland at Mapson's Wasteland, in which Mapson will respond by activating his Wasteland on a non-basic. So just how much does Noah want to cut the mana here? There's a crop rotation. This is maybe a basic Plains. All right. And now there's a Giver of Runes. Now, I would be surprised if it lives for any amount of time. Magmatic Sinkhole will take care of that immediately. Boy, is it important to be playing basics in Legacy right now.
Yeah, I think
I'll tell you what.
Wrenn and 6 has really defined the rules of engagement. We're seeing a lot less one-topness, and the threat of Wasteland lock is so prevalent now in the first game that people have to, I think, fundamentally adjust their strategies.
Boy, if you are not ready for it, it is going to be problematic. That is just really worth noting. So, Noah Walker able to tie things up. We'll get ready for game number 3 here in just a moment between Walker and Mapson. Remember, we're going to go over preview cards for you guys at the end of the round. We've been doing it all weekend long. As Throne of Eldraine previous season is very much here, and it has been delightful. I have enjoyed it quite a bit. I think I'm going to do a red card for you next round too there, partner.
All right. Okay. I'm waiting.
Winner of this match, still top 8 eligible. Loser, elimination. Mapson will be on the play with this Selesnya Depths deck, which handful of copies made day 2. I know that Brian Gottlieb and Craig Krempels went over our metagame breakdown. You can, of course, find it on the Star City Games coverage page for this old tournament. But for Selesnya Depths, 5 copies in day 2. All right. 7 Golgari Depths, so 12 of these straight Dark Depths decks in day number 2 of competition. But more importantly, 21 Temur Delver decks here in day 2. That's a Ponder. That's going to resolve. We'll head back over to Mapson now for his second turn of this time-shifted match. Looks like he's got a lot of options for a second land. He's going to go with a Mox Diamond to start, discarding Savannah. there is a Thespian stage. We'll head back over to Walker. Given that Mapson didn't do anything, it's hard to imagine him not having a crop rotation right now. And he does have one in hand. Walker just playing a Wasteland and passing the turn back. A little bit strange here for Walker, too, as he did just play a Ponder. Doesn't really have much else going on. So we might see Mapson fire off this Wasteland on the Tropical Island. Might be somewhat appealing.
Yeah, just nothing's going on there. It suggests a pretty clunky hand, or a really reactive hand. And who knows, Walker might not have another source of blue mana.
Mapson will pass the turn back. We're going to go back over to Noah Walker now. He'll draw a card. No Wasteland activation on Walker's upkeep. Anything like that. Walker's going to play a Fiery Islet. Tarmogoyf. And leave up only Wasteland. Now, of course, this means he could have Force of Will in hand. These shields look down, but they may not actually be. Wasteland's going to go after Wasteland. And now
That's being staged in response to
make
turn
it a basic
forest,
yep.
Yeah.
Which is what he did. And now neither Reliquary is going to get hit with the Force of Will, exiling Force Negation. Tarmogoyf might be pretty big now. 4 or 5 is not bad for the old Lurgoyf. Beatdowns. Mapson down to 16. Follow up is Ren 6 plus get back Wasteland. I like what Noah Walker is cooking with this game.
Got some pressure and an ability to break up the combo.
Oh yeah, I'm here for that. Yes, I am. Can draw some cards too if he wants to start sacrificing the island. I doubt that he does, but it is an option for our Teamer Delver player. There's Lightning Bolt. This is a crop rotation. Well, this is oh boy. Okay, Veil of Summer. I was about to say this is getting worse and worse here for Michael.
So the first order of business is you have to draw off the Veil, and then you can crop rotate.
And he will crop rotate now. But what will he crop rotate for? Sagiri Step to protect the Reclaimer. Okay, sure. Give it pro red.
Good exchange here. Still a little bit behind the board a little bit, but that was a nice sequence there for Mapson.
Now, do remember that the Reclaimer is a 3/4 right now because there are a decent amount of lands in the graveyard. But the combination of Bolt plus Ren and 6 maybe was looking to take care of the Reclaimer. Instead, the Ren will get back in land. We'll head back over to Mapson, who, if he has Dark Depths in hand, can't get it done right now because of the active Wasteland there for Walker. We'll head back over to Walker now. Goyf's going to give some beatdowns, as it oftentimes does. Now there's your Wasteland. Take care of the Sagiri Step. Reclaimer is going to do some reclaiming. It'll get a Wasteland there as the battlefield tapped. Not sure if Mapson actually wants that. That doesn't seem great.
Okay, maybe you're trying to do some waste your waste style exchange, but
all right, I can get behind this. This is effectively wasting your waste by taking the one out of the graveyard. Might also actually size down that Tarmogoyf, as we've actually caught back up to this match in real time now. Now there's a Volcanic Island. This is a preordain. 1 and 2 with a Scry. Split the difference. Draw. Now it's Brainstorm. So it'll be draw 1, 2, and 3 here for Noah Walker. A card he's cast so many times. And now he'll sacrifice the Misty. There's a Volcanic. And now there's a Ponder. So a ton of manipulation. This is kind of what you talked about, honestly, at the top there, partner, about all the cantripping and the cantripping. It's all part of it with this deck.
Yeah, this is why I said, you know, my my fantasy cantrip is you only get to play one.
Probably for the best.
Yeah, it's just a lot.
I mean, I think it's a fun thought experiment.
Right.
Mapson going to take a look at the graveyard. It's not a beautiful pile of cards here, folks. One of those Thespian stages is a basic forest. Bojuka Bog, actual Thespian stage that has been transformed into anything. Then a Mox Diamond along with Elvish Reclaimer. It's just going to be very, very hard for Mapson to ever be able to do what he wants to do with depths, with what Noah Walker has going on right now.
Yeah, just the right blend of offense and defense.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard to wiggle through this.
So how Walker wants to move forward on this turn. He'll start with a Wasteland. Beat down a Tarmogoyf. Still a 4-5.
Now, Bolt is implied lethal here if you take the hit.
In combination with Ren and 6?
Yep.
Yep. You ain't wrong. Mapson wants to take a look at what has been exiled.
Players in the 11-13 Challenge. Your pairings were forward by red remain posted, please. Make your way to your seats again. Players in the 11-30 Challenge, your forward by red pairings are going.
Yeah, I guess Mapson's in a spot where you got to chump this turn and just hope to put everything together.
Yeah, I don't know what putting everything together looks like. I mean, I'm not disagreeing with you. I just don't know what it looks like. Doesn't look easy to me. And if you're Walker, you don't got to move. You have to do anything.
No, you can just hang tight here.
Hang tight.
You got your shields up.
Not a care in the world.
Yeah, so you're seeing the Wasteland here from Mapson on Wasteland, which is going to compel Noah to make a move with his Wasteland, which now may give Mapson a spot to go.
Again, the one thing we don't really have a great feel of is what's going on in Noah's hand. Force of Will. I have to imagine that's good. Exiling True Name Nemesis. So we're going to see him activate this Elvish Reclaimer. Goodbye Bajuka Bog. Incoming something. Flax? Wow.
Okay.
There's nothing this deck can't find.
It's another sack combo.
Yeah. I don't know other goofy lands we got hanging out in here. Probably something. Gonna get back Wasteland, unsurprisingly, as Walker from the graveyard via Ren and 6. Path Exile to draw. Part of the problem here for Mapson, of many, to be fair, is that Red and 6 can go ultimate now.
Yep. He's phasing lethal to a bolt regardless, but
there's the path. Against a deck that doesn't play any basics. The Walker will shuffle. Back over to Noah now. As Athalia also comes down here from Michael Mapson, which is a good card in general against Teamer Delver.
a little late to this party, though.
It is a little late to this party. There is Wasteland on the Horizon Canopy. Goodbye. Ren going up. Play Dreadhorde Arcanist. No attack there from Mapson, so we head back over to Walker. Arcanist is going to allow a Brainstorm to occur. And you saw very quickly there the Thalia jump in front. There's the Wasteland. I'm going to tag that Flagstones.
I think you can do better than that.
All right. Just want to live a dream.
You can do better.
All right. Crop rotation. Oh, wow. Oh, let's talk about value.
The value.
Let's talk about value for a second.
Normally it costs you the land, but this time it does not.
Can we take a moment and talk about the value?
Unbelievable.
All right, so I think if you're Mapson, you have to get a Wasteland. No, I think you're supposed to get a Wasteland, hope you peel Depths,
And do the waste.
and then waste their waste, and then play your Depths and go off. I think that's like your backdoor out to win this game.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what getting 2 basics accomplishes when you're empty-handed. I think it lessens your chances of just getting comically lucky. It'll just pass. Which means Dreadhorde will connect again, almost certainly. That's a keep with that Ponder.
I think if he's keeping it's probably a lightning bolt to
Bolt
finish out
and
the game.
retrace. That's it. No Walker going to win this game match over Michael Mapson.